Thank you, Madam Chair. And let me also thank Commissioner Cañete, not only for the way he works very inclusive with the Parliament, but also for the way that he is dealing with the other important states in the world, and especially the way you have improved the relationship with China, in particular with Minister Xi, is very encouraging to see. Madam Chair, at the start of the Marrakesh COP, I had one hope, and that is that the entire world would send a message to Washington that the Paris Agreement and the process after that would be irreversible, that the world would move towards this zero carbon economy. And that, in the end, is exactly what happened. If coming President Trump has achieved anything, it is that the world is much more united now behind this transition towards a zero carbon economy. And even countries like India seem to be much more determined now than they were a few months ago. But also China. And I think what happened in Marrakesh shows very well how rapidly the geopolitical scene is changing at the moment. It's only 2 years ago that President Obama struck a deal with President Xi Jinping on climate with China. Before that, China was one of the biggest obstacles in international climate negotiations. And look at now. China is now one of the leading countries in the post-Paris process, and that is extremely encouraging. And what about Europe? Of course, Europe is still one of the leading countries, and we're still also leading by example, but we have to be careful. Look at the difficult internal negotiations within Council, but also in Parliament, on the ETS. Look at the first reactions by almost all member states on the effort-sharing regulation proposal from the Commission. It's not that long ago that we all laughed about Russia counting every tree in the Kyoto Agreement to try to undermine that. But now all member states are doing exactly the same. We think that our trees will save us in the fight against climate change, and that's not going to happen. Finally, Chair, it's also an economic issue. China is investing 2.5 times more on clean technology than Europe. As percentage of GDP, it's even 4 times. So we have to be extremely careful there. This is also a race on technology. Europe should win that race. Thank you.